So it's Thanksgiving Day 2021, and I'm doing an update on my New Jersey palm trees. So this is the Phoenix robellini tree, and this one's been outside and inside. I overwintered it the past year or two inside the house, and then brought it back outside again. It's been in a pot on the deck, and then about 2 months ago or 3 months ago I planted it in the ground here. And we've had some nights where it's gone down into the mid 20s. The only protection I have on this is it's planted in the ground. There's a raised planter bed of around 6 to 8 inches, little square box there, and I've covered that in burlap, and I've covered the trunk in burlap up to about there. So it's up maybe 12 to 18 inches above the top of the soil in the raised bed. And we'll see if this survives the winter here. It was getting too much of a pain to keep digging it out of the ground and putting it in a pot. And this thing, it was getting too big for the living room. So this experiment is, will it survive? I have my pansies planted around it because they like cold weather. And I've got the only house around here that's got some flowers. Nobody else's flowers are alive now. And so that's kind of cool. So that's that one. So here are two more, two windmill palms. Now this windmill palm was actually up to around 4 feet when I originally got it. I got it from, I think it was North Carolina. It was shipped to me. And the thing kind of died off when it was planted where the Phoenix robellini plant is currently planted. And I was about to throw it out, but there was one shoot that was present. I said, well, let me stick it in a pot and see what happens. And it started coming up, and that shoot opened up to this multi-frond leaf thing here. So I put it in the ground here, and we'll see what happens. You got the one leaf there, and we have a new shoot here coming up, and we'll see what happens, whether this thing makes it back or not. And then this is one I planted, a windmill palm I planted from seed. It's been in a pot. I planted it in the ground maybe 3 months ago, and it's doing well so far. And we'll see how it does. Now you can see it's up against the house, so it's got some protection against wind. And supposedly, since New Jersey is a borderline area for the survival of windmill palms, hopefully that's enough protection for it to survive the winter. So there are two windmill palms here. A larger one, and which was originally in a pot and then planted in the ground. And we have this smaller one here. Let me get the big, you can see right there. This smaller one I actually chopped off with a weed whacker or a string trimmer when I was trimming the edge. But it's growing back. And then this other one, so we'll see how this does over the winter. I've got high hopes for this one. It's protected because it's near the house, and it's under these stones, which that should provide some additional protection. I actually should put some mulch around it, which I haven't done. But you can see right now, having survived nights of maybe down to as low as 25 degrees, it's doing fine. Over here, we have a bunch of them in pots. These were all grown from seeds, and what I read on the internet is they should be in the ground or inside. But I've had some success with trees surviving in pots over the, not this species, but some spruce trees in pots. I was told, or I read that you shouldn't do that. The roots will freeze, the plant will die, and it didn't happen. The tree thrived over the winter, even though it was in a pot. So my question is, will windmill palms in New Jersey thrive or survive the winter in pots? So these are going to stay out here all winter, and we'll see. And then this one I planted in the ground. It was one of the ones in the pots I just showed you. And I put this in the ground about 6 weeks ago. And again, given it's got the stones over the ground, giving some additional protection. I guess I should add some mulch around there too. But so far so good for the 25-degree nights. Moving on. I took 2 of the pots from the group I just showed you and put them on the deck. I had some other ones that were larger that I brought inside, but these are for some evergreen plant decorations on the deck for the winter. And again, we'll see how they survive during the winter. In pots, and these have less protection because the deck, you can see, is kind of far from the house. And the question is, can they survive in this condition? So this windmill palm was the first one that sprouted a couple years ago. You can see this plant's doing real well. I brought it indoors. You can see I have this large window facing south, and I'm gonna let this one stay inside over the winter. I'm not gonna take any chances with this one. And now in my basement, I have 2 shelves, each with a Spider Farmer 1000 grow light. You can see what that looks like. And on the bottom shelf, I have some pots with romaine lettuce, and I brought 4 of those windmill palms indoors under the grow light, so that again, I want to have some plants that survive in case the ones outside don't. So these should thrive fine under the grow light over the next few months till the spring hits. So I will do another update in a few months when spring hits and let you know what happened. Thanks for watching.